Welcome to CHeri Knits. I love knitting and I want you to love it too. Today we're going to take another look at Mattress Stitch, this time in Garter Stitch from the side to the top. Let's get started. Let's take a look at doing Mattress Stitch in Garter Stitch when you need to seam a top or bottom edge of your piece to the side. And so we're going to turn our swatches so that we have, there we go, because I need some yarn there, so that we have the bottom edge, and I'm actually going to attach it to the side of Garter Stitch. And since Garter Stitch typically happens if you have 5 stitches to the inch, you're going to have 10 rows to the inch or 5 ridges. It's a pretty easy calculation to know how to seam it together. You're going to grab 1 stitch from this side and 1 ridge along the side. So from the top or bottom, you're going to grab 1 full stitch, and then from the side, you're going to grab 2 rows, which is 1 ridge, and your math should work out for that. And so we have right sides facing. I like to turn it so it's facing this direction so that I'm working right to left. I can look straight on and go right to left. And I like to use a tapestry needle that has a nice big eye, a big opening for the yarn. And I like these with the blunt tip. These are a blunt tip, but also a curved tip. These are Haya needles, and they just work really well for weaving in your ends or sewing things together. I really like them a lot. So since my yarn is already attached here, I left this nice long tail anticipating that I was going to be seaming some things together. I'm just going to use that tail that's there, and it's coming out of this side, so I need to come up to this side and grab something to kind of square it off, what looks like a corner, and you typically want to get 2 full stitches. So there we go right through that corner, and that pulls it together. Now, since I just came out of this side, I'm going to come back to this piece and go down and grab that ridge. And I want to have 2 strands here because that represents a knit and a purl. That's a whole ridge, and stay in a nice line. It's easy on this side because you can kind of see you're going to stay right in between the cast on edge and this first row of stitches. And here you also just want to stay right along the same nice row. So come back, and since I just came up this side, so I want to look over here and see where I came up last time and go right down through that same hole and grab a stitch. Now, the stitch is going to look upside down because, well, actually on this one, it's not upside down. Nope, I'm doing the bottom. So we just get the regular stitch, so it looks like a nice V. That makes it easy. So you grab both strands of the stitch and pull it through. And then come back and go down where you last came up. And because you're getting the whole ridge, you're going to have 2 strands that connect those stitches. And then come over here, and I'm getting my V. You can see that right there. Both strands. And I'm staying on this nice edge. I'm staying right on the edge. I'm not accidentally moving up, but staying right where I need to be. And once you've done 3 or 4 on each side, then we're going to stop and give it a pull. You can see right now I'm leaving everything nice and loose. So then you would come over here and give it a good pull, get all that extra yarn out. There you go, and you can see how nicely it pulls it together, and it's a nice straight line. Once you give it that pull, you need to continue going because you've got the rest of the piece you need to seam together. And so you want to give it just a little pull separation so you can see where you last came out, and it's right here. And so you're going to go down through that same hole, grab the whole ridge, which is 2 strands, and then come over here and continue working along until you get to the very end and give it your final tug, and you'll be done. I hope you have fun seaming your projects together. Let me know what kinds of things you're making. And if you want to check out my courses, click the link below. Thanks.